Hello and welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Today we are taroting for our Scorpios. I'd like to thank all of you who have supported the channel, and I want to just, as a reminder, mention just take what resonates and leave the rest. All those little golden nuggets, that's why I listen to readers, because I can listen to them for a long time and I'll get one or two things that I call the golden nuggets, and it's just exactly what I'm meant to hear. But the rest of it I let go. Now I'm starting out with dice today, so and I also just I throw them on a cloth so that you don't have the clang clang in your ears. So let's see if we can get a couple of messages here. I'm seeing Greg. I'm seeing Connecticut. I'm seeing Donkey. I'm seeing Key. I'm seeing Todd. Susie. I'm seeing Susie. I'm seeing Drive. Clue. I'm seeing Pay. I see Drive again. I'll go one more round here. I'm seeing Bus. I'm seeing Purse. Okay, and I'm also seeing Ben. So let's push that away here. And maybe that will resonate as we get our messages going here. Got a couple of names, two, three names. Purse, drive, bus, maybe something with regards to travel. Okay, Spirit, we have our Scorpios here. What is our message? Message for Scorpio. You can see that on the floor, and it's the Six of Cups. Somebody from your past. This can also represent, and I like this too, a gift from Spirit. Hope you're all doing well. Messages for Scorpio. Spirit, what do we have? Messages for Scorpio. We've got the Six of Cups. What else joins it? Also on the floor. I see what it is, though. Okay, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we've got the Three of Cups in the reverse. Going solo, working on your soul purpose. Soul purpose is a gift from Spirit. Soul purpose has something to do with your past. Remember, when we're kids, we always know what we want to do. We're always filled with the magic, and then we start to get conditioned by school and friends and relatives, and sometimes we just resemble everybody else, and our uniqueness and our knowledge of what we want to do with our lives fades. So I have some classes where we remember that. We remember what we wanted to do as a kid. We bring back that joy, that knowledge, that natural knowledge that I believe we have when we come into this world. And then we get conditioned out of it. You've got the Two of Swords here in the reverse. Whoa. I don't know why they're all wanting to fall on the floor. That is pretty significant. Every one of these cards has been on the floor or wanting to go on the floor. Now, maybe this is my angle, but I know a lot of readers who read into the whole experience, and I think that's good as well. So I'm just going to kind of position myself differently. We'll see what happens. And what came out there just then is the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So you're no longer doing lies or deceit, or you're getting wise to something here, I think. Maybe you are getting wise to, this is what I wanted to do when I was a child, or I was very clear on what my purpose was when I was younger, and I'm going back to that. I personally think that can never lead you astray. What you wanted to do as a kid, where your heart really was, before everybody talked you out of it or told you, no, you're this type of person. No, this is what your career is. Now you get the, or this is what you're going to work towards, or this is what you're going to study. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Six of Wands, you've got this, it's come out sideways. So I think that's telling me, is this going to be successful? Is it not? Is there going to be victory here? Is there not? I think that's what you're asking yourself. what is my soul purpose, or I'm remembering my soul purpose. I'm getting very clear on it. I'm going solo on this. I'm not taking other people's advice. I'm not being deceived by other people's dreams for me. But is this still going to work out? I have some questions. Justice comes in the reverse. It's an injustice. I feel like it's an injustice. And I'm hearing whatever you had to study was an injustice. So whatever you did to please dad or mom or your siblings, or you followed what your friends were doing in the way of studies, or what they did in life. Did everybody get married at the same time? And, that's nice too. You're all going through similar things, but was it not really your cup of tea? Did you always feel like you were living somebody else's life? Or were you very clear that this wasn't what you had in mind for yourself? You've got the Five of Wands here. That's conflict and chaos. And I think that's interesting that my last sentence there is, I think, the insight. That you always kind of felt like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm not doing it. It has created conflict and chaos, challenges. Just be yourself. Go after that dream you knew when you were very in touch with yourself as a child and what you wanted out of life. Or, as I said, your purpose. I do believe we know that at a young age. Watch kids who haven't gone to school full time. They're excited to do the next thing. And there is no timeline. If it's dinner time and they're interested in ice skating, it's let's go now. Let's go to the rink, I love it. You hear that a lot. I love this. I love this. They love so many things. They're good at so many things naturally because they love it. Judgment comes in the reverse. Judgment comes in the reverse with the Knight of Swords. Truth. In fact, this card is I love this card for the sheer fact that it says, I'm really having a hard time reading it. I don't ever remember having a hard time reading this card. There we go. Right is worth the cost. My apologies, that took so long. Right is worth the cost. I think that is perfectly aligned with what we were talking about here. No more judgment of others. You're not even giving it a second thought here. You know what to do. Right is worth the cost. Do what is right for you. That's in my Knight of Swords in this deck. Right is worth the cost. I think that says it all. King of Swords. This is, in this deck, a female King of Swords. She is threading with a needle stars. She's putting it all together. You're putting this all together. You've got all the information you need, and you're putting it all together. I think this message is pretty straight up. Spirit, any more messages in this deck for our Scorpios? Yeah. You're threading through all the misinformation, miscalculations, and you're putting it all together. What needs to be done, what you need to do for you. Nine of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, and that just talks about being exhausted. I think other people's ideas of what your life needs to be has been exhausting. And I do sense that you have followed suit, that you have done these things for others. But ultimately, that hasn't served you, and now you're doing for self. Right is worth the cost. Eight of Cups and a second deck comes out. That talks about walking away. So you're walking away from this. I just feel inclined to say bravo. It's your time now. Seven of Wands talks about defending. You've defended yourself for so long on what you really want to do, but I don't see that you did that. You defended it, and then you did what other people wanted you to make other people happy. But it hasn't made you happy. Eight of Cups, though, you're walking away from it now. I see you just doing for self. King of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who, they're very sharp with their words. I feel like this is someone you're dealing with. I'm actually hearing a father who just had certain expectations for you, and you went along with it. But they can be quite rude or abrupt or harsh. And I think that's I'm getting that's the vibe that you grew up with, or when it was time to make these decisions as a teenager or in college. Yeah, this was some sort of an influence here. Messages for Scorpio. Yeah, I feel like this has been kind of a harsh scenario, actually, especially with when we talked earlier about the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So deceit, maybe there was an element of, we'll pay for your college if you do the schooling or the degree that we require. Something like that. When you didn't want to go to college, or you wanted to study design, interior design, or you wanted to be an entrepreneur. King of Pentacles. I think you'll be very successful at what you try and do here that's just suited for you. If you don't know what that is, in some of my courses, I talk about meditation. Can really help you get there, I believe. Sit quietly and let spirit talk to you, or let your inner you talk to you, because it will. It'll remind you of where you were most happy and what you were doing at that time. The Empress comes out in the reverse. So this is saying, okay, and it comes out with the Queen of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is you're still asking yourself, am I going to be successful, or is this not going to be abundant? And I'm seeing that the way I'm reading these cards is it's going to be successful, and you're also going to restore your natural dynamicism, and charisma, and go, it's going to light a fire under you. Your go-get-em is going to get up and go. Yeah, I'm seeing you being very successful, but you are questioning it because you've been conditioned. You've been conditioned to think that, you have to do something totally different, or that what you really want to do isn't going to work out. And you know why it's going to work out for anybody out there? It's going to work out because you're going to have the passion for it to work out. And in life, that's all that it takes. Because you'll figure out the other pieces and parts, like the finance and the backing and the know-how and the management. And it's really not that complicated. It's really that simple. If you want to do something and you're passionate about it and you stick with it, you will do it. You will succeed. And it may take a while, but you will be successful. Another card on the floor. Okay. One more round here with this deck. Any more messages for Scorpio? And then I think we're going to wrap it up with a oracle card. Let me get this card on the floor. Okay. And that is the Nine of Pentacles. So that talks about somebody independent who is doing well for themselves financially. You go off on your own. You find your true path again. You introduce yourself to that path again. I see there's success here. Individual success. King of Wands follows that at the bottom of the deck. And that, again, is someone who is a go-getter. Makes things happen. A natural leader. You'll find in this role that's made for you that it comes natural. It should be easy in the doing of it because it's meant for you, and you will be successful and you will be dynamic. Your leadership, maybe it's fallen by the wayside or you've lost confidence in yourself. You will regain confidence in self, and your natural leadership abilities will become evident. And I'm just going to take one more card because the card behind that is the Page of Swords in the reverse. And this talks about gossip or people talking about you. You know, people are going to be talking about you, but they're going to always be talking about you. So never let that stop you. And if this worries somebody, ask yourself why. Why does this worry somebody that you reconnect with what makes you happy? Or you go off on an adventure to find what makes you happy or to do what makes you happy. Why would that ever bother somebody? Ask yourself that. Okay, let's get out an oracle card for you here. Just take one. Scorpio, one oracle card, please, for Scorpio. One oracle card for Scorpio, and we'll wrap it up. I hope this message has been helpful. And the message we're getting is in the middle of the bridge. That is brand new. I've never pulled that card. Never. And I work with these cards daily. So let's see what that one's talking about. In the middle of the bridge. 15. This talks about learning from different viewpoints and life experiences. Hello. Compassionate listening, meeting in the middle. Sometimes you get stuck seeing the world in a particular way. Maybe you've been indoctrinated to see things from a specific vantage point due to your past experiences. Bing! Ding dong, ding ding. After all, society conditions us in the same way, encouraging us to follow the trodden path of this is how we do things. Oh my goodness. Maybe you've been comfortable throughout your life without finding it necessary to be open to different perspectives. Things have worked so well before, so why change? Or if they worked out well so far. I kind of want to read it like that. It's been okay. So why change? You are being invited now to see things from other points of view. It is the appropriate time for you to engage in deep listening as you learn from other people in situations that are completely different from your own. This is a divine orchestration and a celebration of nuance and complexity that will expand your capacity for understanding, love, and compassion. Stay open to whatever you may discover, trusting it will change you for the better. Well, I have to say, that is hitting on several points that we've been talking about. So I think it's an excellent way to wrap up this read. I hope you have enjoyed this. I want to thank you for all who have supported this channel. Please continue to like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and please continue to share. And thank you so much for your time. I'll continue with the anti-chats. I've got a chat coming out, and we'll continue obviously with the tarots throughout the week. Next up is next up is Sagittarius. Okay, thank you.